Hey everybody, it's me Edward Jones, back with a new video, back from the other gun show. Today's date is March 5th, 2017, and I gotta say, this has to be one of the most interesting gun shows that I've ever been to. First off, I had a friend who just moved in with me. He's never been to a gun show, and so I invited him to come along with me. See if it'd be like kind of a culture shock for him, just so you can see how, I told him, when you go, you're gonna see a couple of things. You're gonna see, guns, knives. You're gonna see some clothing. You're gonna see a lot of white guys, which didn't really mean much to him because he is white. You're gonna see a lot of books. You're gonna see some books. You're gonna probably see some Nazi memorabilia. You're gonna see a lot of Civil War stuff, a lot of holsters, leather goods, maybe a little bit of food here and there. Sadly, I didn't see any bananas. I didn't see any tactical bananas like the last show I went to, but I'm gonna keep my eye out for those bananas. Those tactical potassium dispensers. And it was also kind of a mission for me because if you remember a while back, I did when I was doing a video, I was cleaning my friend's Beretta. He had a Beretta 92F, and he gave it to me because he wanted me to sell it for him. And because he one day asked me, how much would I buy it from? And don't laugh, but even though I don't like Berettas, I said, well, I don't know, maybe I think I said 5.5. And he said, really? I said, yeah. I mean, I don't really know what they go for nowadays, but I mean, if I were to buy one, it was in nice enough shape. I said I probably would spend at least 5.5. So what he did was he gave me. So I had cleaned it for him that time. And then he gave it to me to take to the gun show to see if I can sell it. He also gave me a Safariland holster, a drop leg holster that he had for the pistol, to see if I can sell that too. So I took those two things with me. Let's see. We got there around we got inside the show around 10:05, and right away I was asking some people how much they wanted to buy the gun for. And they asked me how much you asked. I said, well, 5.5. And looked at it, wasn't grabbing any attention. So then I went down to 5, and it still wasn't grabbing any attention. So I went to one guy, and he said that there was someone Saturday who went to the show who was looking for a Beretta 92 on that same model, but they didn't have it. And so I guess I was there a day late. Well, I asked the guy, well, I'm selling it for a friend. He doesn't really know how much to sell it for. He gave it to me. I'm thinking, I would pay $550. I would probably pay $550 or at least $500 for it. And he thought it over. It only came with one magazine, so he said, well, the most I can do would be $360. It was like $360, dang. I said, all right. Well, I'll come back to you, and I talked to my friend who was with me at the show. He was with me at the show. He was saying, at least you got someone who's willing to pay. I said, yeah, that's good. So, walked around some more, and I made it to the other end because there are two sections at Jameel Temple. And I spoke to this one gentleman, him and his wife. They were selling some guns, and he explained to me that, and this is something I totally forgot. The U.S. military is now switching from the M9 to a Sig Sauer pistol, and a light bulb just went off in my head, or it was like the idea now, the realization came before me that once the switch happens, there are going to be all these surplus M9s hitting the market. He said the price he could think of them going for would be somewhere between $350 and $370. So the 360 number came up in my head, so I said, well, I may have to be selling my friend's gun for $360. Again, he didn't know how much to really sell it for, so he gave it to me. He knew I wasn't gonna, he knew I was gonna treat him right and do the right thing in how I sold it. Plus, I was getting some money for selling the gun as well. So, but as I was leaving that section of the show, the guy I spoke to, he was walking that same area, and then I said, hey, is a 360 number still good for you? And he said, yeah. He said, we'll do it right now. So, he gave me the cash. He checked out the gun. He said, and one thing he said, only one magazine. I said, yeah, there's only one magazine. So, oh, that's no problem. And I guess he was doing me a favor. He sensed that he was doing me a bit of a favor because he knew I've been trying to, I was going around the whole show trying to sell this gun. They didn't get any, they didn't really get anyone else's attention who was interested in it. So I wound up selling it for $360. Didn't sell the holster, but I guess that'd be something that could be put up on market some other time. But yeah, so at the show, I came across a few people while I was buying some things. I ran into a friend of mine from school. Well, I really haven't seen her face to face in years, and turns out she reloads. And I asked her 3 times, "You reload?" She said, "Yes, I reload." And she reloads. She mentioned 9mm Luger, and she mentioned 300 Blackout. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And she was telling me how she use the Alliant powders, which is like a flake type of powder that she's been having some issues with, but being able to get it to load properly inside for the cartridges that they were making, her boyfriend were making. Which is another surprise that she's dating a guy this time. Like I said, it was kind of a weird day. And I let her know. So yeah, I reload. She showed me on her phone the reloads they made, and I showed her the reloading bench I just recently built back there, and let her know. She says she doesn't post those pictures on Facebook. She posts on Instagram. So I got the album. I got my album on Facebook. One that's gun related called 2-Way equals Epic Win, and I let her know, yeah, I've been doing reloading for some time. Says she's been doing it for about a year. I said, wow, I definitely haven't seen you in so long that it is a surprise to me that she's reloading. Came across an old friend at the gun show and showed off one of my first purchase I made. My buddy Mike Long, he was there, and I was happy to have ran into him. He autographed this book. As you remember, I bought Higher Ground from Shooter's Choice because I hadn't seen Mike in a good while. Turns out he had some surgery done on his back, so he was out for a bit. But he's doing a lot better now. And the cool thing was the Higher Ground book I bought was autographed. So this is now the 4th book in my collection by Mike Long, McKendry Long, that is autographed by him. So I'm gonna check this out. It's called Brody. It says a totally different story from the first 3 books he's written. That was a separate trilogy on its own, and it'd be interesting to see what this book's about. Let's see what else I got in here. Finally got some bullets. Georgia Arms. So you read that. It's for 357 Magnum and 38 Special. Jacketed soft points, and they're 158 grain. So I'm gonna get back to the swing of reloading these. Was able to get a little ammo box for a 357 Magnum. I also went to the show looking for some more reloading stuff. I decided to go with Lee Auto Drum powder measure. That seemed to be an upgrade from the Lee Auto Disc powder dispenser. So I'll have a follow-up video showing me reload 50 Beowulf with the new powder dispensing system. I also want to show my friend that at gun shows, I told him, he said, you won't find a nicer group of people outside of a gun show. So you'd be nicer than people you come across at a church. One of the things that was done while I was trying to sell the Beretta was someone actually who I was going to sell it to, I made an offer to, made this little sign for me to help me out throughout the show. Another guy who I also bought magazines from. Show those off real quick. He's told me some information about 1911 mags, and I bought these 2 from him for $30. And I had a cut on my hand. I wasn't gonna shake his hand with my right hand, but I had a cut on my thumb. And he offered, he said, "Oh, do you got a Band-Aid?" I said, "No, I don't have one." So I got a Band-Aid for you. and gave me a Band-Aid. It's good for if it has to go around your fingers, and said it should go around your knuckle without without it coming off. Which I was very happy. I was very happy that he did that for me. With the sign and a lot of the advice I've been getting from people at shows, I showed him that they're nice. And he said it was wasn't what he expected, but there are a lot of nice people at shows. He said the only person who he was kind of an a-hole towards me was someone who I showed the Beretta to, and he said, let me talk to someone to see how much they go for. He brought it back, didn't say anything. He just handed it back to me. He said, nothing. I can't do anything with it. I was like, oh, okay, no problem, and been me a good day. Let's see, I ran into an old friend from one of my old jobs. I remember I used to talk to him about ARs when I bought my first one. He said he was interested in having one, but it was funny because I remember his wife was she didn't want me to talk to him about him because she it's like it's a hobby. It's not really a hobby that she wanted him to get involved in. I asked, but he was there at the show with his son. He built his son an AR. It was cool. He showed me the pictures. His son's good. His little boy's good with a rifle. I believe he's about 6 years old, and he showed the picture, and he had this. He had like an AR pistol. It was pretty cool. He had a little AR built for a 6-year-old, and he says he does very well. He showed me some of the targets, some of the flip targets that he's hit. 5 for 5. Like I said, that's pretty cool. So it was interesting. It was good running into an old friend. What else? What else happened at the show? I also bought an armorer's tool for my AR-15s, and this was only about $20. So I figured, well, it was on clearance. I might as well pick one up. One of the funniest things that happened at the show was, so a friend and I, we were making our way through the aisles, and someone was in the front of us, so we were waiting for them to move out of the way, and there was a young lady in the opposite direction, and I remember she had a drink in her hand with a straw, and I looked up, because I was gonna see if she was gonna keep walking, and she looking at me, she looking dead at me, playing with the straw in her mouth, and I said, I looked for a second, I said, okay, so I walked, I said, wait a minute, what was she doing what I think she was doing? And I asked my buddy, I said, am I crazy or was she? Yeah, she was looking. I saw that she was looking at you play with that straw. I said, that's crazy. So I didn't think much of it. And then as I go through, some time went by, and as I got to another aisle, I said, well, I guess we get ready to go. She's coming in the opposite direction towards us, and looking at me doing the exact same thing. Well, we had a good laugh about it. I guess someone out there thinks I'm pretty. Oh boy! Like I said, this is probably one of the most interesting shows I've been to. I guess I'm handsome to somebody. Well, that was my time at the gun show. Got some bullets, a few, got an ammo box, a few magazines, got a cool book, got an armorer's tool. I guess the phrase I got chose at the show. Oh boy. But afterwards we went to Delhi Palace, fill up on Indian food, and he wanted to check out some cards. We went to a trading card place. And then hit the road, got back here, and I figured I'd do this video to share with you guys. Please, do you have any? Oh, one more thing. I went to the show with this one particular thing in mind. Every time I go on Reddit Guns, everyone's always talking about the jerky that they find at gun shows. I went to the show and I left, and my friend, you didn't get any jerky. So ain't that a bitch? I couldn't find anyone selling jerky. That's some BS. Anyway, if you guys ever been to a gun show and you found some good beef jerky, let me know. I want to see. There's gonna be another show, hopefully about 2 weeks from now, and maybe I'll find some beef jerky there, along with some other things, some other interesting items. Who knows? Maybe I even run to that young lady with the drink in her with a drink in her hand and a straw in her mouth. Oh boy. But that's my video. I figured I'd share this experience with you guys. Tell me what you think. You got any crazy gun show stories you want to share? Anything like similar to what I went through? I'd like to see your comments in the comment section, or hear a video response. And you grab some complaints. You know what you can do. You leave a comment in the comment section, or send me a PM. I'll see what I can do to address them. That's my video. Back from the gun show, March 5th, 2017. I'm Edward Jones, and thanks for watching.